welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one I am really excited to do. I've been waiting to work on this model kit for quite a while. This is Han Solo's Millennium Falcon, and this model kit is by MPC, so by and large it is the original Millennium Falcon model kit that was put out about 40 years ago. But this model kit has been redone and vastly improved by round 2 for 2023. And we're going to look at all the improvements they've done to this, probably one of the most classic sci-fi model kits. I'd say this Millennium Falcon, Luke's X-Wing, and then that classic USS Enterprise would be the three big classic sci-fi kits. Now, before we start looking at the model kit, we have to talk a little bit about the Millennium Falcon itself. Now, we know this model kit is 18 inches long, but what scale is that? Now, for a long time, throughout most of the 80s and the existence of Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon was considered to be about 27 meters long, and an 18-inch model would be about 1/58th scale. So if you look on the internet, most of the time you'll see the MPC referred to as 1/58th inch scale. Now, most of us sci-fi geeks, if you ever try to look at the Millennium Falcon inside and out, you realize the inside does not fit in the Millennium Falcon at that length. And that's actually a conclusion that Disney came to when they had to do the sequels. And Disney actually scaled up the size of the Millennium Falcon officially to be over 34 meters long. And if you take that new measurement, an 18-inch model is closer to 1/76th. So you could consider this model kit 1/58th if you use that older measurement of the Falcon, or 1/76. I think it's pretty close to 1/72nd, and that will make it fit in line with most of the other Star Wars model kits in my collection. So that's what I'm going to consider it. Now, this is the original model of the Millennium Falcon, the MPC, but it's been done by Revell, it's been done by Fine Molds, it's been done by Bandai. I have built a Revell Snap-Tight kit of Millennium Falcon, and I've also built the Bandai Perfect Grade, and I'm quite excited to do this, the MPC, to see what it's like. Now, that Revell Snap-Tight kit, from what I understand, it's largely based on the original version of the MPC, and it has one of the same flaws. If you look at the pictures of my build, you can see the sidewalls are much too thick. The ship is simply too tall. And my understanding is this release of the Millennium Falcon by MPC, those sidewalls are fixed. Now, when you think about the Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon, which was put out by Bandai, that model kit has one huge problem, and that's the fact that it's $400. And quite frankly, $400 is a ridiculous price for a model kit. I understand why the Bandai kit costs that much, but $400 puts it at a price point that means most model builders will not be able to go out and buy it. I really feel a premium model kit sweet spot is around $125, $150. If you do a bunch of add-ons, get it up to $200. But frankly, I scored a heck of a deal on my Bandai. That's the only reason I was able to get it. I would never have paid $400 for a model kit. And so I know how great the Bandai is, but we kind of have to discount it because of that. Which is why I'm so excited to look at this, a model kit of the Millennium Falcon that most of us will be able to go out and buy and have a good time with. Now, on the outside wrapper, we did have this badging on the box. It says Star Wars MPC Updated Kit Features. New pilot figures of Han Solo and Chewbaca. Improved sidewalls parts. That's going to be the big thing. It's going to change the entire profile of the ship and its proportions. We have a new radar antenna parts, engraved engine grills, large decal sheets, a color deco guide, and frankly, let's start looking at this. We have a gorgeous box cover, and I believe this is the original box art of the Millennium Falcon from that original kit. Once again, it says, on an authentic plastic model kit of the Star Wars spaceship, extensive improvements Many movable features, see box bottom and side panel for details. For the modeler of moderate experience, cement required. Model may be painted to match illustrations, molded in color. All right, so first improvement. All new seated figures of Han Solo and Chewbaca are included to pilot the ship. Clear parts are included to allow the cockpit and engines to be illuminated. The upper and lower laser cannons and updated radar antennas can swivel and tilt. And the cargo ramp opens and closes. The movable landing gear doors can be closed in an in-flight mode, or the landing struts can be added to support the ship. Around the side, just once again, a wonderful picture of the Falcon. Across the top, an advertisement. Look for these other exciting model kits from MPC. Let's see. A Darth Vader figure with glow-in-the-dark lightsaber, R2-D2, C-3PO, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and let's see. Images shown for nostalgic purposes only. This is the original advertisement from the box. Especially these two. You cannot get these model kits anymore, but you can definitely get Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. We've looked at that on the channel. Han Solo's Millennium Falcon, the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, roars back as an updated plastic assembly model kit. MPC's classic Millennium Falcon kit now features a lower profile sidewalls to more closely resemble what was seen in Star Wars: A New Hope. These detailed sidewalls have been authentically patterned after on-screen filming measure as well. A revised radar and antenna is included, along with vent lines engraved in the engine parts. A brand new decal sheet includes exterior color panels as well as the rear walls of the cockpit. With the length of 18 inches long, it presents an excellent presence on any shelf. Suitable for custom lighting. See, engraved engine grille detail, opening landing gear bays with removable landing gear, pivoting radar and gun turrets, all new Han and Chewbacca. I'm very curious about this. A large decal sheet supplying all these colored panels and a new smaller radar dish. There's a little bit of the sidewalls. Yep, and it looks like you've got the landing ramp right there. All right, let's crack this open. All right, I've taken all the plastic out. We're about to look at that. In addition to the plastic of the model kit, we get a couple clear parts. And so this has got to be the engine grills they talk about with the engraving. So yeah, not just a flat clear blue part. We've got some detail molded in there. Clear parts. But what we also have is a very nice decal sheet. So this decal sheet, first you can see it does have some back wall detail for the cockpit, but it also has tons of panels for the ship in the different colors of gray and the different colors of red. Yeah, so this is very nice for a modeler who might not be comfortable mixing all the colors of paint and giving it that extensive paint job. A beginner modeler could use this wonderful decal sheet and get a good-looking Falcon. In addition to that, we also have this, a decoration guide. I love that this is included. You can see wonderful bottom view, a top view, all of our profile shots, and just really give you a good idea of how to paint and weather this model kit. Of course, it shows you where all of those wonderful decals go. And it's just kind of a really great picture reference here you can put up on the wall behind you as you work on the ship. I love that this is included. I think it's a great addition, and I'm definitely going to use this as I paint and weather my model kit. The model kit itself, it's big. 18 inches long. These are the two biggest halves. And if you look at it, it is molded in color. This is actually a wonderful example of the slightly off white that the Millennium Falcon and most of those Rebel ships were. It's not a crisp white. It is a warm white. There are lots of discussion about it on the internet. It's what they call reefer white for refrigerated train cars, because of course all the model kits back then were trains and cars, and the boxcar, refrigerated boxcar white is what was actually used, called refrigerator white or reefer white, and the plastic is a very good match for that. Of course, I will be painting mine. And looking at this model kit, really there's only one thing I wish they had been able to improve, but they weren't. That's kind of the back panel here above the engines, kind of the engine detail. You can see it's a little bit simplified, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do this. I am going to compare it to my other Millennium Falcon model. All right, so here is our rear engine grille on this kit, the MPC kit being redone by round 2. Here is the engine grille on my Perfect Grade Bandai kit. And so you can see there's a lot of the same shapes there. There's a lot of those same things in the same places, but you can obviously see quite a bit of difference in the actual detail level. Now, it's actually not too bad now that I'm kind of seeing them together. A lot of the same things are present. And quite frankly, once I have a paint job on this back engine grille, it's going to look a lot closer to this. I really think the paint and the weathering are probably going to make a bigger impact than all the little greeblies that Bandai squeezed on. Now the rest of it, really, this is a gorgeous canvas for painting the Falcon. You can see lots of panels, lots of pipes and hoses to paint. Yeah, I love painting the Falcon. If I haven't said that, I love it. And I think right here, I can see all the detail we're going to be able to bring out, all the weathering we're going to be able to do, and we're going to make a good looking Falcon. Now, one thing I like about the MPC is if you look at it from the side, it really does have a good curve to it. The Revel Snap Tight kit that I had really was very flat, but I can see a lot of curve kind of for the top of the Falcon. I could see the curve in the profile, and that makes me very excited because that's something the Snap Tight kit was missing. And I also believe the Fine Mold kit was fairly flat. It wasn't kind of curved and belled the way the Falcon should be. All right, here's the bottom of the ship, and looks like we'll have 3 landing gear, just like we should on A New Hope version of the Millennium Falcon. Once again, a little bit simplified for some of the details around the engine, but lots of good panels, hoses, pipes. You can kind of see those kind of laid out here. Along here, lots of detail that you can weather, paint, bring out those details. And once again, we do have some good curvature here for the Falcon. All in all, if the sidewalls are fixed, I think this is going to be a very well-proportioned Millennium Falcon. Yeah, you can see we do have kind of a nice bowl here for the Millennium Falcon, the way it should be. Now, so here's a part I'm really glad to see. Clear blue engine parts. And once again, you see they have a nice grille on them. I feel the back engine is a defining feature of the Millennium Falcon. It is so bright, so overpowering. You love to see it light up when they escape the Death Star. So I will definitely be lighting my back engine and using these clear parts. Now it looks like this bag of parts is going to have most of our improved pieces. Yep, we're going to be looking at the sidewalls. So here is our improved radar antenna. Looks very nice. Lots of good detail in it. Here's part of our frame for the antenna dish. Okay. Looks like we have some rear parts to hold the engines, and looks like nice cutouts there for LEDs. That's very nice. Yeah, so I think this entire sprue is new. So we have Han and Chewbaca. I'll have to kind of look at what these parts are. But here we have the new and improved sidewalls. So smaller in scope to give better proportions. All right, and here are the longer pieces for the sidewalls. And you know what? I'm going to grab my perfect grade so we can actually kind of compare this to the Bandai kit and see what the detail level is between this kit that's be $70 versus a $400 kit. All right, now let's remember, this is a $400 model kit, and really, we're about the same size between the MPC kit, newly updated, and the Bandai. And let's look at the new and improved parts. So this is our sidewall. And yeah, you know, they have done a great job. Much better in proportion. And really look at that. You can really see the details are there. They're not as fine. They're all done kind of in profile. But honestly, once I paint and weathered this updated sidewall piece, the way I painted and weathered that piece, it's going to be a good looking model kit. You know, I'm feeling very good right now that to have a good looking Falcon on your shelf, you're not going to need to spend $400. These new updated sidewall pieces really are going to do the job. Once again, you can kind of see the sidewall piece. The details are there, the parts are there, the proportions are better. They have done a great job making these new sidewall pieces. It's going to be a good looking kit. Here's the very front end of our mandibles. All right, you can see the detail in these parts. So really, you can see that the parts that MPC in round 2 have been able to redo really look fantastic. Here are some of the curved parts that go across the back of the sidewall, back towards those engines. A good look at all that detail that has really never been on the MPC model kit like this. That's exciting. All right, this, I believe, is the very back wall of the space in between the mandibles. These are the sidewall portions that face each other inside the mandibles. And just once again, fantastic detail. You know, it makes me wish they could redo the entire model kit because round 2 does a great job. But I think choosing to redo the sidewalls, getting the proportions fixed, adding all those engine details, I think that's going to make the difference on this old kit. All right, we have clear parts. So I believe we've got our cockpit glass. We have the gunner turret canopies. Once again, I'll have to look at the instructions to see kind of what some of the rest of this is. I'm guessing this is probably the back wall. We'll have a nice decal to make that look a little bit better. And I'm not sure what these two clear parts will be for. So now we're looking at parts that are original to the MPC release. So same detailing that you'd have back in 1977. And yeah, a clear difference between what round 2 can do on these new parts. You can see there are the hatches for the side of the Falcon. You know, honestly, that's some good detail there. Once again, paint it, weather it. It's going to look good. These are some of the moving parts for the gunner turrets. These are some of those engine pits that are around the ship. You know, from Empire Strikes Back, you saw Chewie working on some of these. Once again, it's simplified detail, but give it a wash, give it a weather, and it's going to look good. Here's our landing ramp. Some more detail parts. I think these must be doors for the landing gear. Here is our other gun turret, our other hatch. Couple of little details there. Oh, these are the rings for the landing gear. There are the cannons for our quad cannons, and more of the engine bays under some of those bigger shapes. And yeah, you know, this is workable. This is not really as bad as the sidewalls were, where they were unproportional, needing to be redone. This is something you can really work with and get a good looking model. All right, a few parts here. This leads to the cockpit. Looks like landing gear parts and housings. And I forgot to kind of point out here. Here is our actual canopy framework for the cockpit. And I'll probably leave mine just like this. I probably won't put the clear parts in it. Just like the original filming models, they did not have glass in them, just a framework. I'll probably continue that on my Millennium Falcon. All right, so that's my unboxing, and that's my look at the parts for this, the 2023 release of the MPC Millennium Falcon. And quite frankly, I think it's a fantastic update. You know, quite frankly, I can't say it enough. I am thrilled. Once again, we have a good Millennium Falcon kit that's a big size that you can really have fun using it as a canvas to paint, to weather, to give it that classic Millennium Falcon paint job. I'm thrilled to have this kit and have it not be hundreds of dollars. You know, I think everybody got caught up on the fine molds and the Bandai stuff, that it became okay spending hundreds of dollars on a Falcon. No, it's not all right. You know, getting a model kit like this back to about $70 and still being 18 inches long is fantastic. And the fact that the problems of this kit have really been fixed. It's more proportional, and those fantastic details have been added in on those sidewalls. Really makes this kit pretty much a no-brainer. At this price point, getting the Falcon, getting that classic experience to build, paint, and weather the Millennium Falcon, one of the big 3 sci-fi model kits. It's a no-brainer. It's a great kit. I'm thrilled it's going to be on the shelves soon. And I frankly cannot wait to start building, painting, and lighting my newest Millennium Falcon. So a big thank you to MPC in round 2 for letting me work on this review kit. A big thank you to them either for just updating this kit and bringing it back to the market, and not just a re-release, but a big improvement. Thank you for paying attention to price point and not making something hundreds of dollars. And thank you guys for following the channel. I'm going to have a lot of fun building this Millennium Falcon, so please stay tuned. I'm excited. I'm going to get to work on it right away. So the videos for this build will be coming up very quickly. Thank you guys for following the channel. I'll be back very soon.